I never thought my marriage would become the very prison I wanted to escape from. My name is Ryan, and this is the story of how my wife, the woman I trusted most in the world, tore my life apart piece by piece. From the outside, we looked perfect. A beautiful house in the suburbs, stable careers, and smiles at every family gathering. But behind closed doors, things were very different. I first noticed the distance when Claire, my wife, started spending more evenings at work. She's a corporate lawyer. Long hours were part of the deal, or so I told myself. But the phone calls late at night, the sudden need to guard her phone like a treasure chest, and her complete disinterest in me began to sting like 1,000 knives. One night, when she thought I was asleep, she whispered on the phone. My heart pounded as I strained to listen. Her voice softened, dripping with affection I hadn't heard in years. I can't wait to see you again. You make me feel alive. Alive? What about me? The husband who stood by her side through thick and thin? The next morning, I confronted her lightly. Claire, who were you talking to last night? Her eyes widened, then narrowed, her tone defensive. You're imagining things, Ryan. It was just a work call. I wanted to believe her, but something inside me snapped. I began digging, secretly, quietly. I wasn't going to be the clueless fool any longer. It didn't take long before the truth slapped me across the face. Michael, a colleague of hers, married himself, father of 2. Their affair was months old. Dinner receipts, hotel bookings, text messages hidden under fake names. My perfect wife was living a double life. I felt my chest burn with humiliation. Nights I thought she was working late. She was lying in another man's arms. And I, the idiot husband, was home cooking dinner, ironing shirts, and waiting for her. The betrayal wasn't just infidelity, it was disrespect. She thought she was too clever for me to ever catch on. But she underestimated me. I didn't explode. I didn't scream. I didn't let her know I knew. Instead, I smiled, kissed her goodnight, and started planning my revenge. Because when trust dies, love dies with it. And in its place grows something darker, something stronger, vengeance. I began collecting evidence. Not just scraps, but enough to destroy her completely. Screenshots of messages, hotel bookings printed out, even photos from the private investigator I eventually hired. Every piece of proof was a nail in the coffin of the life she thought she could juggle. Meanwhile, at home, I played the perfect husband. Dinner's ready, honey. Good luck with your meeting. You're working so hard, I'm proud of you. She smiled, oblivious. She believed I was blind, that my loyalty made me weak. But I was stronger than she ever imagined. One night, she came home late, perfume clinging to her like guilt. She slipped into bed, kissed my cheek, and whispered, "I love you." I wanted to laugh. How could those words mean anything when I knew where her lips had been an hour before? By now, I had everything I needed to expose her. But simply revealing the affair wasn't enough for me. I wanted her to feel what I felt: betrayal, loss, humiliation. So, I set the stage. I befriended Michael's wife, Jessica, under the pretense of casual neighborhood kindness. She was sharp, beautiful, and, ironically, just as suspicious of her husband as I was of Claire. It didn't take long before we compared notes and connected the dots. Together, we made a pact. They thought they were playing us, but in reality, we were playing them. Jessica and I staged small acts of exposure. A forgotten earring in Michael's car that his children discovered. A lipstick mark on his shirt strategically placed. Slowly, Michael's perfect life began to crack. Meanwhile, I prepared the bomb for Claire. Our anniversary was coming up, a perfect occasion. She thought I'd planned a romantic dinner, but what I prepared was far more unforgettable. I rented a hall, invited family, friends, and colleagues. I gave a heartfelt speech about love, trust, and marriage. She sat beside me, glowing in her red dress, believing I was still her devoted fool. Then, I turned on the projector. Her photos with Michael lit up the screen. The room fell silent, gasps echoing off the walls. Her face drained of color. Her mouth opened, but no words came out. And then, I dropped the final bomb. Divorce papers, signed by me, ready to end everything. The hall erupted with whispers, while she crumbled in front of everyone she cared about. It was only the beginning. Claire tried to beg, tried to explain. It was a mistake, Ryan. I wasn't thinking clearly. Please, we can fix this. Fix this? How do you fix a shattered soul? How do you glue back dignity? I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I simply looked her in the eyes and said, "You destroyed us, Claire. And now, you're going to watch everything slip away." The divorce wasn't just emotional, it was strategic. I had already transferred assets, secured the house, and ensured she'd walk away with nothing but regret. The evidence I collected was so damning that even her high-priced lawyers couldn't save her. Meanwhile, Michael's life was also unraveling. Jessica filed for divorce, gained custody of the kids, and took half his wealth. He lost his job after his company discovered the affair scandal. The mighty couple who thought they were untouchable had their worlds burning down around them. And Jessica? She and I became closer through the storm. Two betrayed souls, finding comfort in each other's honesty. It wasn't love, not yet, but it was real, something both of us had been starved of for years. Claire, on the other hand, spiraled. Friends abandoned her, family distanced themselves, and her reputation crumbled. She moved into a small apartment, away from the glamorous life she once flaunted. She texted me sometimes, "I miss you. I'm sorry. Please, can we talk?" But I never replied. because silence is louder than any insult. Months passed, and I rebuilt myself. Stronger, wiser, freer. I poured myself into my work, into my health, into creating a new life that had no space for betrayal. Claire, meanwhile, became a ghost of the woman I once knew. She lost her job after rumors spread at her firm. Michael refused to acknowledge her once Jessica crushed him in court. The two lovers, who thought they had it all, now had nothing, not even each other. I sometimes saw her from a distance, hair messy, eyes hollow, her pride gone. And every time I reminded myself, she did this. She destroyed herself. I didn't need to raise a hand. All I did was reveal the truth. The rest was her own doing. Jessica and I, eventually, started something real. Not rushed, not out of spite, but built slowly on honesty. We both knew scars never truly fade, but we also knew healing was possible, with the right person. Looking back, I realized something. Revenge isn't always about rage. Sometimes, the sweetest revenge is simply moving on stronger while they rot in the ruins of their lies. So, here I stand. Not as a broken husband, but as a man who survived betrayal, turned pain into power, and reclaimed his life. And Claire. She will forever remember the day she thought she was smarter than me. The day she discovered she wasn't.